everybody, this is Ron here. In today's demonstration we're going to target a little wedding event here, and we're going to this demonstration is going to have to be divided into several parts because there's a lot to cover, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to start with the ending result, and then on follow-up demonstrations we're going to reconstruct the scene. So this is the scene. It's done, it's created, and it's good enough to jump into. But one of the features that I'm going to highlight on this demo is how to turn this wedding banquet into a CPQ app. And so we're going to jump right into the 3D portion of the app. So here it is. Here's the result. Basically this entire room was created with objects from the floor planner, but what's exciting about this room is that even though it looks done, it's highly editable, because as the CPQ app we have tons of options, and why would we want that? Well, if you were creating a wedding layout for someone, one of the things that may be still open for argument could be color selections. So everything is laid out, but the colors have not been finalized yet. And let me pull up some of the customized items here. Okay, so if we pull up one of those banquet tables, so that's a banquet table, all those white ones, and these are the options under the banquet table, those color options. The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure any change I make to one table affects all of them at the same time, so I don't have to individually go to one table at a time. And this is done by selecting this option that says apply to all, and if I choose the overlay fabric, the entire room full of the same table will change colors. And I can do that with the underlay fabric too. Alright, so this is first step. I actually kind of like the white, so I'm just gonna go back to white tables. We can do the same thing with other objects. Let's choose the flowers, for example. So if we zoom in on one of those flowers, we can see the flower, but we can see others in the background. I'm also going to choose apply to all here, and we have two types of flowers in that centerpiece. We have the tulip and we have the rose. So if I choose the pink, it applies it to all of them, and I can keep making my choice until I'm satisfied with color options here. And I can also make changes to the rose, and this becomes kind of like a fun thing to do now, just playing around with different options here. We can always revert back to the white, but I think you get the idea. And let me start playing around with this. Okay, now. So that's one of the tools you have. That's one of the ideas where using the CPQ app is that you create the floor plan and you leave all these customizable items for later, or perhaps not just for later, but you have someone else make those choices. So when you create an app, all you have to do is forward that app to someone else. They would make their choices, and then they will send it back to you. It doesn't change anything on the scene. It just basically tells you what someone else's preferences are. Kind of like the client, for example. If we go back to their other, choose the chair, Chiovari chair. We have the same thing with the cushions. Select apply to all. I am choosing the theme color for the entire room all at once, and it makes it look like I spent hours doing this, but as you can see live, that I'm just clicking at options that I'm given. I can even change the chair, the frame color of the chair itself, and it's that simple. The thing that you might be wondering is, wait a second, how come there's only so many colors to choose from? Well, that also is a customizable item. You can have as many colors as choices that you want from when you create your chair. And in some other videos we'll show you how you can have infinite number of colors attached to your options, or you can limit your colors if you don't want somebody having so many choices. Sometimes choices could be a headache, so you would limit them to the colors that you wish, and that's also something we'll cover in a different video. So you can see that I'm just going to go back to white. I kind of like the white. By the way, disclaimer here, I'm not a wedding planner, so this may not look that nice from the eyes of a professional. Here's another tool that you can also give the client, is a navigation tool. So if you pre-program your camera list, these are the camera lists of all the locations you want somebody to jump into. They can click on, for example, a different view, and it will just navigate to that view. Or better yet, I can just let the person play the sequence, and it will just go take us to the sequence. And here's the top view showing the entire hall, and it's going to hold that view for a few seconds until it's been assigned to move on. And all of the transitions that happens in the camera view is also a customizable transition that you set up when you create your camera views. The person who owns the floor plan, they're the only ones who can set up camera views, not the client. So the client's able to play what's been given to him, but the person who creates the floor plan gets to make all these options. And all of those options are also things we're going to cover in the next video. So for now, hope you enjoy this demonstration on a very quick and easy way how to set up a wedding, and publishing it and sending it to your client to view it. Alright, thank you very much.